system word problems. So if I want to solve this word problem, let's talk about it first. We have two people. We have Joe. We have Kim. Joe is making $10 an hour but owes 80 bucks. His equation would look like this. He is gaining 10 bucks per hour, but he is at a negative 80 bucks to begin with. Okay. His output, how much he has, is $10 times each hour, but he's at a negative 80 to begin with. Kim, how much she has, well, she's spending 5 bucks an hour, so she's losing 5 bucks each hour, but she has 145 bucks to start with. Our goal is to find out when they have the same amount and how much is it then. So I have two equations. One where you owe 80 and gaining 10 bucks an hour. One where you're 145 bucks up, but you're losing money at 5 bucks an hour. Some sort of shopping spree or something. I don't know. How do we find X, the number of hours that they're the same? You take this guy and stick him right there, because he's Y. And you end up with 10x minus 80 equals negative 5x plus 145. Now we solve it. So I'm going to add the 5x this way, as well as, won't those cancel? I'm also going to move in both at the same time. I'm going to move this over to save myself some space. I move the 80 over this way. I move the 5x over this way. I end up with 15x over here equals, it looks like that would be 225. So it looks like this is what I have so far. To get it finished, I have to divide by 15. Now that's kind of hard to see, so let's try something here. Let's do it long division. 15 divided by 225. Sorry, 225 divided by 15. How many times does 15 go into 22? Once. How many times does 15 go into 75? 5. So it sounds like x is equal to 15. What does that mean? In 15 hours, they'll both have the same amount of money. Again, if Kim keeps spending money at 5 bucks an hour, and if he keeps making 10 bucks an hour, even though he's in debt to begin with, once he pays off his debt, in 15 hours they will have the same amount of money. How much money is it? Does it matter which of the two equations I plug into? No. I'm going to do the top one. I'm going to do the first equation, and I'm just going to take that 15 and plug it in for x. So when I take the 15 and plug it into Joe, I get y equals 150 minus 8, 80. So it looks like my answer, y equals 70. So what does that mean? In 15 hours, this is hours, they will both have $70. Okay with that? In 15 hours, they both have 70 bucks. In this scenario. It's not the best scenario, but it's an example. This we use substitution. Number 7. This is kind of like a yard sale where you're selling CDs and DVDs. Let's let C stand for the number of CDs you sold, and let's D stand for the number of DVDs. Sorry, number of DVDs you sold. C plus D then represents what? If C is the number of CDs sold and D is the number of DVDs sold, then C plus D represents the number of items sold. Do we know the number of items sold?
100.
Right there. 100 items. Due to the data, I know that my CDs and DVDs add up to 100. I also know that it's $2 per CD. So let's say I sold 50 CDs. How much is that? 2 times 50 is 100. If I sold 5 CDs, that'd be 2 times 5 is 10. So this right here describes how much I made off of CDs. How do I write how much I made off DVDs? It would be 4D, because aren't DVDs $4? So 2 times the number of CDs plus 4 times the number of DVDs, how much money should that add up to? Right there. Should add up to 250 bucks. Do you see 2 equations? Do you see a simple elimination process coming up? I want to find C and D, don't I? I want to find the number of CDs, number of DVDs. Given 100 sold, given 250 bucks altogether, given $2 per CD and $4 per DVD. You could use substitution, but I'm going to use elimination. What do I want to multiply the top by so that maybe the C's, which are smaller, cancel? I want to multiply this by -2. I now have -2C minus 2D equals -200. By the way, yeah, never mind. And then we add straight down. So that cancels, leaving us 2D equals 50. The value of D, after we divide by 2, your DVDs, is that $25?
No.
That's 25 DVDs. So we sold 25 DVDs. Now some of you, if we sold 100 altogether, do you know the other one's 75?
Yeah.
Mathematically, here's how it looks like. We go to the original equation. C plus D equals 100. Now, most of you don't have to write this out because you can kind of use your brain and go 100, 25, 75. But if you need to do it mathematically, here's the equation. Plug the D back in, minus the 25 over. You sold 75 CDs, 25 DVDs. That adds up to 100. And if you did the math, that should also add up to 250 bucks. This uses combination, also called elimination. This we use substitution. 2 different types of equation. This is called standard form. This is called slope-intercept form.